Hey guys, I'm Brittany, and today I'm going to show you how to make this beautiful succulent arrangement using a pumpkin as a flower holder. So if you guys are interested in learning how to make this beautiful arrangement for your home for the fall season, then just keep on watching.
So the first thing you're going to need for this project is a pumpkin, and this is a real one. I picked out a greenish looking one because I love the color of it. In addition, you're going to want a couple different succulents. These ones happen to be attached to the roots, but I also have some succulent cutlings, which I'm going to use. And it's just important to note for these that the stems of them are calloused over before using them for this project. In addition, I also have some succulent soil that we're going to be filling our pumpkin with to create extra moisture and allow those roots to grow. And then we also have some sheet moss that we're going to use for our planter. And both those bags I did get on Amazon for a pretty affordable price. So before I did anything, I actually took this Clorox bleach and decided to rub it all around the outside of my pumpkin to help preserve it for a little bit longer, as we are working with a real pumpkin. In my opinion, this is going to help delay any sort of the rotting process that might occur. Next, taking my knife that does have a jagged edge, I just started off by cutting out the top part of my pumpkin, just as you would if you were to carve a pumpkin or make a jack-o'-lantern for Halloween. Remove the outside pieces. And from there, you can see I actually left a lot of the seeds intact. We aren't really going to scoop out any of the additional things on the inside. This will be a great environment for the succulent soil to go right in. So I just go ahead and filled the whole pumpkin full of the soil that I had bought. And from there, it is important to sort of figure out before you start planting where you want the front of your pumpkin to be. So you can see me here sort of deciding it. And I decided this area that's facing the camera is going to be the front of the pumpkin. And from here is sort of the fun part. So you can see I'm just taking the largest succulent I have and I depotted it, keeping the roots intact. I just made a little space for it in the soil to plant this succulent, get it nice and situated. And then from there, I'm going to go ahead with the rest of my cutlings and just start filling in the different spaces. One thing you do want to be mindful of is that these succulents will grow, but it takes about 6 to 8 weeks for the roots to really penetrate when it comes to these kinds of planters. So just keep that in mind and do your research. The next step I do here is taking my sheet moss. I start breaking off some pieces and just filling in all the empty cracks between the succulents just to make things look nice and filled and put together. Moss is really great at absorbing moisture and it goes great with succulent planters. And once I fill the center of my planter with moss, I do want to take some moss and go around the edge just to fill in any sort of spaces that you might see using my hot glue gun. So you can see I'm starting to lay hot glue down and just attaching the moss. Be careful when you're working with the moss that you don't burn your fingers. But essentially, I'm kind of just going around the lip of my pumpkin just to kind of make everything blend together really well and almost make it look like the moss is growing out on top of the planter and gives it a little bit more of an organic effect. And for those wondering, hot glue is just one of the options for an adhesive to use. You can use floral glue, but I've never had any problems using hot glue when it comes to working with live moss. But for this kind of planter, you really don't need too much glue to hold everything together. And as I'm finishing up here, you can really see that the planter is starting to come together and it looks great once the moss is filled in. So really the only last step is to take this spritzer bottle of water and spritz down the moss to really get it to absorb moisture. You'll want a lot of water starting out initially. And just like that, your succulent pumpkin planter is complete. Moving forward, you'll just need to give it a water here and there every couple of days to maintain moisture within your planter, but this should last you through the fall season. Thanks you guys so much for watching this tutorial today. If you liked it, click the like button and don't forget to subscribe to my channel to see more future DIYs. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.